Okay, this is Old Gaming Guru. I've got a quick one here today on my Fallout London walkthrough. It's to help you decide whether or not you want to actually play the entire game. So I'm just going to run through what I think are the strengths and weaknesses of Fallout London now that I'm about 60 hours into it and level 37. So really quick, first thing I did not like about Fallout London was is that the risk reward scenario in Fallout London is very, very low. So no matter what you kill or when you kill it or what location you go to, getting decent loot is pretty hard. Um, you stim packs, uh, rat away. Everything is hard to find in Fallout London, and it makes it very difficult for you to enjoy the game because you're not getting the loot you need to really progress quickly and get through the story. And in some cases, it's just basically a scenario for certain death. So that was the first thing I did not like about Fallout London. I think they could have put more loot in, and also when you actually do long and hard quests, you should get better rewards. So then we'll go on to number two. Okay, the second thing that kind of drove me nuts about Fallout London was that there was radiation everywhere, and it basically you'd be walking along, and it's common to have small parts of or small bits of radiation as you're going through the world, and you would expect that. But man, there are places where you just go from 1 to 256 rads and dead in 2 seconds, and you have no clue that you're kind of ramping up for that. Here's a quick example of me actually doing a quest and going into a high rad area, and it just drove me nuts. It just didn't make scientific sense to me, so that's number two. All right, the third thing that drove me nuts in Fallout London, I've done all this work, I'm hours into the game, and then I do the main quest, and I get a dialogue box that says if I do this next step, I then have undone all the other work that I've done with all the other factions, and my allegiances are now crossed. So it's basically game over for all the other factions in London and their story. So that was a big turnoff to me. I just did not like that. Didn't like it in Fallout 4. I don't like it in Fallout London. Let the story play out the way the player wants it to. Okay, the fourth and last thing that just drove me nuts about Fallout London was is the way the map was laid out. It really a lot of times was is just trying to find certain places or find the entrance which was hidden behind walls and tunnels and chutes to get to some of the boroughs and places you need to in Fallout London. There was just way too much map navigation and not enough playtime with nothing around to shoot and engage me. So it was just you running around trying to figure out where the developer put the entrance. And honestly, is that was very frustrating. It's bad enough that you got to run around the world. You should be able to get to main objectives pretty easy and not have to spend 20 to 25 minutes trying to find the thing that basically unlocks a zone. And that just drove me nuts. So, anyways, if you like that kind of thing, then awesome. I just don't. Okay, so now let's go into three reasons I love Fallout London. One, it's a completely new locale. It gets me out of Boston and into London, and it is just amazing the amount of work and effort that went into recreating London. It's just beautiful. There's so much cool stuff. I've been to London. It's just a wonderful representation of London and well worth your time to visit. Um, the factions and everything feels like London. The voiceovers are for the most part fairly good. There's a couple exceptions, but is it's just an amazing representation of London in game format, and you will feel like you've been transported there. The second reason I love Fallout London, I have never felt so immersed in an environment when the program is not crashing. It really, really feels like you are in post-apocalyptic London, and it feels like this much more than I did in Boston. I've been to both towns, and London just was much more real to me than Boston was. The quests in Fallout London, when they are good, they immerse you so well and you really feel like you're there and not cartoony. It's gritty, it's dirty, grimy, kind of just like London itself. So you will find this a pleasure if you are big on immersion and story. So definitely worth a try here. Okay, the last thing that I absolutely adored about Fallout London was is the scope of its world was just magnificent. It was huge. It's like playing regular Fallout with 5 or 6 DLCs built in. The boroughs themselves are their own stories and their own DLCs unto themselves. It's one of the reasons why I was upset when you were basically closed off to other factions as far when you got far enough along in the main story. So, anyways, it's a massive world. It'll take you a long time to play this. Fallout 1 is not perfect, but it is absolutely an amazing mod for Fallout 4. You need to try it at least once. And where am I at? I'm going to probably finish off the main quest. So now that I'm cut off from the other boroughs, I'm going to try and finish the main quest and explore a little bit. And then I'll probably go ahead and install Fallout 4 back again. I kind of miss Boston. Anyways, that's pretty much it. Old Gaming Guru for Old Gaming Geeks out. Thank you for watching. If you liked it, please subscribe, leave comments, interact. Thanks again.